Hello, dear colleagues. Dwight Mahalitz, Chair of ICMCI. I'm happy to have this occasion to speak with you again. This is my last update before our annual meeting in Nassau, Bahamas. I'm looking forward to seeing most of you there. It would be just a pleasure to be able to connect with you again face to face. I wanted to bring you up to date just very quickly on the package of materials that has gone out to you. Rima Nasser, our executive director, and Husaima, our executive assistant, have been working very, very hard to get together a package for you. And she's been coordinating the efforts of your directors and the chairs of the committees to pull together information for you so that you're very well equipped when we come together at this annual meeting. So very recently, you will have received an email from Rima, which updates you on all of the materials and provides you a link to those materials. Just before I go there, though, I wanted to show you this website because our Rima and Husaima spend a lot of time providing this excellent resource for you. So do feel free to use it because it's just full of all kinds of great information. For example, we're now talking about these materials. So by logging on to cmc-global.org, you have access to all of this information in terms of, for example, who we are. You're wondering who one of your member institutes is. Just click on the member institutes. They're all listed there. You're wondering if you can connect with someone in, say, Denmark. You click on it, and here you have the institute, all of the information about the institute, a contact email, a contact phone, even a link to their website, so that we're able to be in touch with each other whenever we would like to be. It's also just full of all kinds of information about all of the different, for example, our designations, the awards, our CMC Global Directory, everything that you want to know about almost anything is here. So in this case, we're talking about our annual meeting materials. There's a hyperlink in your email, so you'll be able to go here directly. But if you don't have access to that email, log on to the website, go to the delegates and execs and delegate selection, and here you can find the documentation tab and the latest annual meeting. And there you go, annual meeting of delegates Nassau 2019. A little bit further on that menu, you can find all of the previous ones if you want to go back. So in terms of the material, there's a fair amount of it here, but I wanted to point out some of the things that are of particular interest for us. In terms of the annual meeting agenda, it's going to be similar to the experience that we've had previously. On the first day, we'll have lots of opportunity for open discussions, for reports to bring you up to date, and for interactive sessions where you can have discussions with your colleagues and with us to understand how we can improve the services or how we can best implement those services that we now have. There are a number of issues coming up in our strategy in terms of how we position ourselves and our profession going into the future. I thank you so much for the feedback you've given us on the strategy. I'm excited to share it with you and to get your feedback in terms of how do we collaborate in terms of making this profession as strong as we possibly can. So the agenda is there. You can pull up the agenda. Day 2 will be our business meeting. The annual report is different this year because we've received feedback from you that we need to provide you with more information about ICMCI and what it does in a form that can be helpful to you in your countries, with officials, possibly with funders, with your government in terms of explaining it. So the annual report is there. I just want to bring it over for you in this software because we can show you how it would look like in a printed form. So we've added some graphics to it. The same content is there as typically. You get the reports from myself, from the secretary, from the executive director, from the committees of all of the chairs, and then finally from the treasurer and our auditor. But as you will see, it's now in a form which is much more usable for us in a public way. Similar to an annual report of any other organization that you might be associated with, so that we can have this information available to you in a way that's very accessible to you and that you can share with others as you go forward. So please do make an opportunity to walk through that report and to bring yourself up to date. We have the Treasurer's Report, which will bring you up to date on our spending. Bottom line, we're in pretty good shape, and thank you for your membership fees and your ongoing support in terms of helping us do our good work. We have our draft budget for 2019 to 2021. The 2019-2020 budget, of course, has been approved last year, but now we're coming forward with the 2020-2021 budget. Rima will be presenting that to you as the executive director, and again, bottom line, good news, no increase in membership fees for this year as we committed when we had the membership fee increase a few years ago. Here are all the resolutions that we'll be asking you to approve. If you're not going to be present in person, please do review these resolutions and then go down to download the proxy form, which is attached to the email that you're receiving, so that you can appoint someone else who is a delegate for them to be able to vote on your behalf, because we need to have everyone voting. Here's the ICMCI strategy overview. In this one, you're going to be able to see the latest update of the strategy document. The front end will be familiar to you, but in the last few pages, you will see the update in terms of our strategic priorities, which we've developed based on your feedback. And again, we want your feedback on this, but I am very excited about this strategy. I think it's getting to the heart of those things that we need to deal with, and that we can collaborate in a solid way with each other in terms of doing this work. And then we have the other standing reports in terms of the membership committee, how we're doing with our members, the QAC detailed report in terms of the ongoing reassessments and any issues there. And then the proactive task force, which is a task force that came out of our membership committee in terms of thinking about how do we reach out more aggressively and proactively to identify institutes in countries where we don't have member institutes, to see if we can bring more into our family. So I'm just looking forward so much to working with you at this annual meeting. I wanted to really hone in on this material so that you can prepare and be ready to come and discuss with us how we can best put our heads together, come up with solutions for our growth for the future, and for the strengthening of the management consulting profession, and particularly how we, with your membership fees, can help support you in doing your work better, so that you can be more successful as each institute, so that all of the institutes working together help grow our global federation of management consultants. So thank you very much. Looking forward to seeing you. If you have any questions about any of these materials in the meantime, or if you have any advice for me in terms of what you'd like to be addressing at the annual meeting, please do be in touch with me. On the next slide, you have my email and contact information, and you'd be able to be in touch with me that way. Thank you very much.